It was supposed to be a peaceful day. My wife, Sarah, had just returned home from her deployment on the USS Truman, a Navy aircraft carrier. After months of hard work and separation, we were finally reunited. We couldn't wait to catch up and celebrate her safe return. What we didn't expect was that the day would take an absurd turn. All thanks to our neighborhood HOA. It started when Sarah drove up our street. Her car packed with all the things she had brought back from her deployment. The sun was setting, casting a warm glow over the neighborhood, but our peaceful moment was short-lived. As Sarah pulled into the driveway, I noticed a familiar figure, Mrs. Anderson, the infamous HOA president. She was standing on her porch, arms crossed, giving us that disapproving look she always gave whenever we didn't follow her perfect neighborhood rules. I didn't think much of it at first. Sarah was home, and that was all that mattered. But as Sarah started unloading her things, Mrs. Anderson walked over and, without saying a word, pulled out her phone. I overheard her muttering something about suspicious activity and possible threat. My heart dropped as I realized what she was doing. She wasn't just gossiping, she was calling 911 before I could even react. Sarah, completely unaware of what was going on, noticed the police car pulling up to the curb. A confused look crossed her face as an officer approached her. "Is everything okay here?" the officer asked. "Of course," Sarah said, still confused. "I've just returned from my deployment." The officer turned to Mrs. Anderson, who was standing by, clearly satisfied with herself. "She's fine. There's no issue here," the officer explained, shaking his head. Mrs. Anderson's face turned bright red as she realized she had just wasted the police's time with a ridiculous call. Apparently, Mrs. Anderson had seen Sarah's Navy uniform and thought it was suspicious for a woman to be unloading things from her car at this hour. It was clear that she had assumed the worst and didn't even stop to consider the obvious. Sarah had been serving her country for months, the officer apologized. And Sarah and I couldn't help but laugh at the absurdity of it all. Mrs. Anderson, however, didn't seem to find it funny at all. We learned that day that, in our neighborhood, a uniform could be more suspicious than it appeared. But as for us, we were just glad to finally be home, free from the drama and back to living our lives without the HOA's interference.